everybody. This is going to be fermented foods part 2. So I know a lot of you are excited about learning how to make your own fermented foods, your own good probiotics. What I have here is this is some of my homemade kefir. And this is my one from the fridge. And this is the one that's actually culturing right now. But before we get to that, and before I show you how to do that, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the best probiotics that I know of on the market are, and that's BioK. So this box right here, it cost me $50, and it has 12 of these inside of it. And what we do is we drink half of one of these a day. So I got the strawberry kind. A misconception about this is that it's yogurt. It is not yogurt. It is all pure probiotics. This is a dairy-based one, and there is a soy-based one too, but we don't do soy. I don't like soy. So on top of that, though, I want to talk about FOS, Friendly Fiber. FOS is an acronym. It actually stands for this word right here. If I can get it for you. It's fructooligosaccharides. Okay, so this is what the probiotics like to eat. So if you don't have enough of this in your intestines, then your probiotics are not going to thrive. So I actually had a test done, a fecal test from Metametrics. It was a very pricey test. It's able to determine all kinds of things about your health. And I had that done, and it came back that my probiotics were extremely out of balance. Intestinal flora was extremely out of balance. And I needed a lot of help in that area. And I needed Friendly Fiber. So I would be willing to bet that most of the people listening have problems with their probiotics in their gut and could use some help. So pricey, $50 a box. Cheaper, make your own kefir. Ooh, that rhymed. That wasn't even intentional. And you already have my sauerkraut video, so get making your fermented foods. Okay, so with kefir, you do not ever want to use metal. You only use plastic. So I have this stupid, cheesy plastic. It's like one of the only plastic things in my house, but I used to use it to strain kombucha. I don't even strain my kombucha anymore. So now it's been our kefir tool. So I have a bowl that it fits perfectly on top of. I have a fork in case I need help. I usually use a spoon, but I couldn't find it. So in case I need help getting it out of my jar. So here's what my kefir looks like. I have some kefir grains in there. And this is the amount of raw milk that I put in there. And this has been going for almost 24 hours. And this is what I do every day. So I just do a small amount so I don't become overwhelmed with too much kefir and then have too much going at a time if I was making a whole pint a day that we had to use, which is really not that hard to use. We put it in our smoothies and so forth. So now you can start to see my kefir grains there. Hopefully that's clear. And I am just trying to get all the kefir out of there, separated from my grains. Okay, so I've strained my kefir grains off there. I want you to get a good look at how cute they are. I like my kefir grains. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back in my jar. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Okay, so, and then I'm going to give them some more food, my raw milk. You can use goat's milk, and you can use cow's milk, and I prefer raw. So I have my plastic lid, again, no metal touching it, and then I'm going to leave them for another 24 hours. Now this kefir, I've showed you some videos before that I have kefir in my smoothies. You can use it in your smoothies. It's very thick consistency. You can sweeten it with some maple syrup if you want. There's lots of fun things you can do. I'm sure you've seen the jugs of kefir at the store, but those are pasteurized, and I just don't feel that they have the same amount of probiotics in them. To be clear, this is not the same thing as this. People just always ask me what my favorite probiotic is, what they should buy. So I'm clearing that up by covering this. This is not the same. So this is Kefir, and that's how you make it, and it's really simple. Okay, so some people are probably wondering where they can get their own Kefir grains so that they can get started making their own. And I got mine a while back on eBay, and they were supposed to be Ukrainian Kefir grains from a strain that was over 100 years old or something like that. So I found that to be fascinating and enticing in my choice, so I picked that one. And then there's also an easy, I wouldn't call this difficult, you just saw how easy it is. The hardest part is acquiring your Kefir grains. You can also go to the store and get this Kefir starter, and I've got one out here, but there's 6 of these packets, so this is 2. So, and each one I have used to make a quart of Kefir. So you would dump this whole packet into a quart of raw milk, or I'll show you other things you can make Kefir with, and place it on a shelf overnight, the way I've done this one, for 24 hours, same amount of time this one's going to go, and you would have your Kefir. So I don't know if that's easier or not to you, but this one's reusable. This one's supposed to be reusable. I haven't quite mastered that yet. It seems like it gets really tart, and it gets a little intimidating when I try to reuse it. So I guess that's it. Have fun trying your Kefir, and this is your second segment of your series on fermented foods. I hope you enjoyed it.